This is I'll Call You Back, True Blue Unedited with President Sir
Izzy Martinez
and Cachita Lopez here on Cachita Latina Radio.
There
So,
we go.
guess what? If you guys are listening to us on SiriusXM, we're super excited, but we're also going to invite you to download our app, ENTV USA. You can get that at the Google Play Store. You can get that at the App Store, and it's totally free, and you're going to have access to all of our exclusive content, not just for Cachita Latina Radio, but also for ENTV USA, all of our programming. You get access to all of our concerts. There's a really cool concert series called Unplugged that I'm telling you, you have to check that out. You're also going to have special access to all of our official sponsors, starting with Aaron's Pigeons with a fascinating show right here on Cachita Latina Radio every Saturday at 11 a.m. Also, you're going to have access to 305 Fights, and they have an amazing platform. They have a huge event coming up March 27th that we're double excited about because Elio and his wife are just awesome, awesome folks.
They'll be here tomorrow, by the way.
They're going to be here tomorrow, and we're going to talk about helping Miss Everly Jane at this big match that's coming up the 27th.
Absolutely.
Super, super excited about that.
Can't wait.
So make sure you download that app today. It's ENTV USA. You don't want to miss out on all the great content. Isidoro Martinez.
Dímelo tú.
I want to start off by saying, Nida. Muy buenas noches. We
Ahora
miss
sí.
you. Te queremos mucho.
Yes.
Te extrañamos. And we were so happy to see you writing in the chat that you're feeling better. That makes us super happy. Así que gracias for writing to us. And you're always, in our prayers, and your family's in our prayers. And we're just really excited to see you again very soon. Te extrañamos.
En estos días tengo que llamar a Nila para decirle un par de boberías. Pero bueno, vamos a... Yo la llamo y hablo con Tony. Tony se lo dice, ella me habla, pero lo que queremos es que te mejore y que sigas echando para adelante, y estamos muy orgullosos.
Chica, y que venga a joder para acá con nosotros.
Exacto.
Ya.
Exacto.
Ven para acá a joder con nosotros.
Aquí hay café Cachita.
Un flancito que yo le hago
Y
ya, la
después
pasamos súper bien.
un tabaco con una pastilla de diabetes, porque el flan que hace ella es azúcar. No, mentira.
Es riquísimo.
Con café riquísimo.
Es riquísimo, ¿qué te pasa?
Anyways,
we want to talk about Miss Everly Jane.
Yes,
I
please.
saw an amazing update by her dad, Mr. Patterson, and his wife. They're doing these this therapy, laser light therapy, and Everly Jane is reacting, and which is an amazing thing. We want to thank all of our listeners that have tuned in, all of our listeners that have donated, that have shared Everly Jane's story. This is really, really amazing that we can come together as a community and help out this family, help out this little girl, and we're just very, very blessed and honored to have the opportunity to share this information with you guys.
Please go on Facebook and it doesn't have to be much. Every dollar counts. These people really, really need our help. Not your help, but our help. And that's exactly what we're doing. And this gorgeous, beautiful little girl, she deserves all the chances in the world to make a full recovery. And we think she is. I mean, she is just totally amazing. And let me tell you, the family is the most down-to-earth, good people that you can imagine. Her dad was a police officer up in Tennessee for approximately 3 years, and they decided to move down to Miami, I guess, to be with family and get her the care she needed. And now he's applying with the Miami-Dade Police Department, where I worked for 30 years. And if anybody from the Miami-Dade Police Department that is still there, that hasn't retired, and has any little, check on the application and make sure that he goes through. He's a great cop. We need more cops like him down here in South Florida with all the stuff that's going on right now. And please, help him out. Freddie Ramirez, if you're listening, give me a call and I'll give you all his information and stuff, and we'll take it from there. I made a couple of calls, so I see what happens. But anyways, getting back to the show and...
we have so much stuff to cover. One thing is that accident. You saw that accident? Let me tell you.
Which one? The airplane?
The airplane. Now, let me
God.
tell you something. There was only one site that I went to that had a sensitive material like little sign
Right.
before you clicked on the video.
Uh-huh.
I find it in very poor taste what pretty much every local news station has done
Exactly.
of putting this video out there.
Can you imagine the family of the people in that plane?
Exactly. It's like we've crossed the line, dude. We've crossed this line where this is acceptable. This is not acceptable. There was 2 fatalities. 2 people are critically ill.
Correct.
Those family members, should be spared. Them being the talk of the town.
There is no respect.
There is no respect.
All they're worried about is how many likes and how many and the ratings and stuff like that. But they don't give a damn about your family or anybody else's. No different than. Think about this. Not only cops, but anybody. Anybody gets shot, gets hurt out there, and they're heroes because not the cops, but they're heroes. These photographers and camera people, because they snuck in, and I got a good shot at the cop's face. And I got a good shot at the victim, a civilian victim's face. Can you imagine the family that has not heard, from police and they're sitting at the house wondering why their relatives are not home, and all of a sudden they see that.
Exactly, man.
And it gets better. They get to relive that incident
every time they go online because it's gone
viral.
viral.
Go online. Every single time they go online. But they don't give a damn. They don't care. A ellos no les importa eso. El problema es vender. Poner likes, vender, YouTube, ponerle likes y todas esas cosas. Llega un punto donde hay un límite, y el límite es, yo fuera incapaz de ponerle la cara en o un incidente donde le vaya a doler a una persona.
Al igual.
A ver el familiar que le cayeron a tiro,
pero
que se cayó en un
pero
avión.
también, hoy mismo salió, y esto salió en todas las cadenas latinas, sin ningún tipo de censorship, sin ningún tipo de nada. Encontraron el cadáver de un muchacho cubano que falleció cruzando la frontera entre la frontera de México y los Estados Unidos.
Okay.
So, literalmente, sin decir caution, sensitive material, sin nada, sacan ahí el cuerpo del pobre hombre tirado ahí.
No importa. A ellos no les
en
importa.
un ditch, literalmente tirado en un ditch completico. Todos los noticieros lo sacó.
Pero tú sabes
y
cómo
dije,
ven
qué
de eso.
qué falta de respeto hacia esas personas, no solo hacia el difunto, sino hacia los familiares de esa persona, que merecen una privacidad, a que ellos se comuniquen con ellos y le digan, mira, su familiar falleció. Que la familia puede decir, okay, we're going to release the identity of our family member. No así, tirado así, el tipo ahí muerto. ¿Qué cosa es eso,
Es que a ellos
man?
no le importa.
A la gente no le interesa nada.
Mira,
Es una
historia.
cosa.
Yo tengo un amigo mío que me llama un día y me dice, mira, yo todavía estaba en la policía, y me dice, tú puedes chequear ahí en el Palmetto, hubo un accidente de una motocicleta, involucrando una motocicleta. ¿Ok? So, tú me puedes chequear a ver el nombre de la persona que falleció en esa motocicleta, porque tengo un amigo que el hijo tiene una motocicleta igualita, y él está viendo las noticias y está viendo la motocicleta y el muchacho tirado ahí, y él cree que es el hijo de él.
Oh my God, qué horror.
Guess what?
It was him.
Era el hijo de él, se mató. Entonces, a ellos no les importa eso. Ok, tú quieres poner la foto de la motocicleta, ¿qué necesidad tú tienes de poner a un muchacho, a cualquiera, a una persona mayor, a cualquiera, no a un muchacho joven, a cualquiera, tirarle la foto, tirarle un video a una persona, tirar en medio de la calle?
No, señor.
O moribundo o ya muerto. Entonces, a ellos no les importa, porque oye, tú sabes cómo ven de eso las noticias, porque es exclusivo y solamente lo tengo yo soy el caballo, yo soy el caballo de Atila. Soy el único que tiene aquí la información esa, soy yo. Y entonces, ¿qué es lo que hacen? Lo pasan por la televisión y se limpian con
Te digo, es tremenda falta de respeto.
Oh, yeah.
Yo lo vi de muy mal gusto cuando hoy prendo el teléfono y veo que todos los canales de televisión no solo pusieron el caso de este muchacho without any censorship, pero también lo del accidente aéreo,
Claro.
porque hay 2 personas que fallecieron y hay 2 personas que se están muriendo en el hospital.
Absolutely.
Coño, un poco de respeto hacia los familiares por lo menos.
Let me ask you this.
It's horrible, man.
We're discussing how the news, the media, puts all these videos on TV of news videos of people. And the perfect example is that plane crash today. Do you think that it's necessary for you or me or anybody to see that plane crashing over and over and over and over again?
Absolutely not.
Can you imagine the family of the passengers and the pilot in that plane? Just every time that they put the news, or every time that they go to one of the social media they're going to see that. Their relatives were on that plane, and they're going to see it over and over again. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They give all. It's about ratings and likes and all that crap that I told you before. Tell you what, give us a call, 786-753-7870. 786-753-7870. Give us a call and tell us what you think. You think they should go ahead and put that on TV, or that should be something that's sacred, and they should not put a victim of any type of accident or crime on TV.
Of course not.
Yeah.
I don't feel so. But let's continue on this line of, the media manipulating things. Today I came across a headline that caught my eye. And the headline reads, "Woman fatally shot by cop in traffic stop turned shootout in Tennessee."
Oh, terrible.
Right?
Terrible.
So here you're thinking, just the way that it's phrased.
Me too. I thought the same thing when you sent it to me.
That it's a lady, and look at the way that they phrase this. And once you look at the video, you'll see it's completely different. It says here, a woman in Tennessee was killed and a cop was rushed into surgery following a shootout in a parking lot. Footage of the Friday morning encounter between Metro Nashville police officer Josh Baker and Nika Holbert, 31, shows a 14-year veteran cop deploying his taser on a woman while ordering her to get out the car. Baker then tries to take the woman into custody as she yells and reaches for a handgun, opening fire on the officer, who shoots back and fatally wounds her.
Right.
Ma'am, you're about to get... What people don't understand, he stopped her. It looks like there was someone else in the vehicle, and she says...
was wanted.
Yes, he had various warrants.
Yes.
And she's like, but what does this have to do with me? Well, he has various warrants, so I need you to step out the vehicle. The police officer saw when she took something out of her purse.
Yeah.
So he asked her for the purse so he can check the purse.
Right, but he says, what did you just take out of that purse?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she gets all upset that he has to go through her shit.
Right.
So he's going through her purse, finds a bag of weed, and she's like, you'll find another bag of weed in there. Right?
Right.
And then the police officer's like, well, where is your lighter? Oh, it's in the car. I'll go get it. And he goes, no, I'll go get it.
Right.
So here's where they have this initial encounter, and he tries to handcuff her. Right?
Right.
For his safety. And for the other, he already has someone in custody. The other guy's already in custody. It's one cop by himself.
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
So now, what does she do? I put myself in her position, right? Let's say you have an illegal gun. Let's say you have a whatever. The safest thing for you to do is be like, all right, officer, look, there's a gun in the car.
That's it.
Arrest me, whatever. Do what
As a
you
matter
gotta
of fact,
do.
you can always say it's his. The guy that you have in the car, it's his gun, it's his marijuana, or whatever it is, weed, whatever it is that he has.
Whatever.
It's all his, because he's going to jail anyways. He's got warrants.
Exactly.
Yep.
She doesn't do that. She runs away from the police officer, and he's telling her, get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. Yeah. She gets into the vehicle. He's like, ma'am, you're going to get tased. Get out of the vehicle. You're going to get tased. So she refuses. He tasers her. As he tasers, she reaches over, grabs the gun.
Right.
And shoots at the police officer.
Shoots him in the stomach.
So what do you think is going to happen to you, homegirl? Like, you just shot a police officer.
He popped a few rounds. And he told, you know what the thing is?
He told her, put the gun down. Put the gun down. He said it twice.
And I'm going to tase you.
Yeah.
We're going to do the hokey pokey. We're going to sing Kumbaya. He told her everything that he was going to do. And she pretty much, shit on him, in other words. And it's like, no, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And it got to that point where she went and pulled a gun and shot him. And as he's, when he gets shot, he's falling back and he's shooting at her. She still drives away.
She turns the vehicle on because the vehicle was off.
But see, that's my
point.
point.
She turns the vehicle on. She throws the gun out.
Right.
She threw the gun out, and then she drives off.
Right.
And leaves the officer there dying.
Okay, so the question is, and we've discussed this before, not in this incident, but in other incidents, and the question is, did he have to shoot that person so many times? And the answer for me is always yes. And the reason is, this is a perfect example, she could have run him over after shooting him, and that would have been the end of it. There would be, no Blue Lives Matter, no nothing, a big funeral and all that bunch of crap. Listen to me. every single time that you discharge your firearm as a law enforcement officer, I discharge my firearm until the threat is neutralized. In other words, if I see her fall and the gun falls 20 feet from her, okay, then I think it's pretty much neutralized and I'm not going to keep popping rounds. But if she still has that gun in her hand, she has the ability that after even getting shot and dying as a result of the shots, so there were good shots, now she started the car, right? And drove off.
Yep.
111, 110.
Mi mujer no se levanta de la cama sin 2 cafés, hechos por mí, por supuesto. Le pregunté cuál es de la casa el mejor café y me dijo, sinceramente, Cachita. Pruébenlo. Y después me dice, salud, con Cachita.
Hay ropa bonita aquí. Señor, me hace el favor,
Dígame. Tony con té.
¡Alejo!
Tú en una tienda de ropa de mujeres.
Bueno, porque estoy comprándole a una dama para hacerle un regalo.
Ay, qué casualidad. Yo también estoy tratando de comprarle a una dama para ver si me dice que sí, porque cuando hay ropa buena no hay que se resista a decirte que no.
Bueno, pues tú sabes que yo nunca me imaginé que aquí en el medio de Default me iba a encontrar con Alejo.
No es default, es hollarse.
Hollarse está en Default.
No. Usted me desfolca, pero es hollar. ¡Oh, ya sé! ¡En default!
¿En Default?
¿De verdad que sí?
¿Hollarse?
En default.
Señorita, ¿usted me ayuda?
Te ayuda a lo que está más perdido. Hollarse. No hay más nada.
Este es mi Rolex. Y aquí en Grimán Joyería le subimos el precio a tu Rolex con un bisel de brillantes.
Aquí le estamos enseñando los 3 biseles diferentes, biseles de $7,000, $3,000 y $2,500 con la esfera de diamante, que ya cuando tú sumas todo eso más el reloj, estamos hablando ya casi $29,000. Por ejemplo, este mismo reloj puede costar ahora mismo, vamos a decir, $7,500. Si le ponemos un bisel como este que tenemos aquí en mis manos, estamos hablando ya de $11,500. Esto es un reloj 36 milímetros, si le ponemos este bisel ya estamos hablando 40 milímetros.
Wow. Grimán Joyería. Lo demás es bobería.
La martelo aquí.
¡Ey!
¡Ay, qué sorpresa!
Y me sorprendiste tú a mí porque yo estaba buscando un regalo para ti, ya que me dijiste que te gustaban mucho las pipas.
Sí,
Adivina cuál te quiero regalar.
¿Cuál me quieres
El
regalar?
del pollito.
¡Oh, qué tierno!
Le quiero regalar el del pollito. Porque se parece a él. Mírale el piquito.
¡Oh, qué chulo!
Como ese piquito que tienes ahí.
Señor, esta es la tienda donde compran los artistas, los deportistas y tú que eres VIP también. Fog Nation. ¿Lo digo
Con
bien?
G. Fog.
Ahí está. Mira la careta esa. ¡Uy!
Esas son para ahorita, para la cuarentena, para la pandemia. ¿Quieres una? ¿Quieres ponerte una?
Me vendría bien esa cara. Mira, ve, ya empezó
Con
a
esa
tirarme.
cara le vendría bien una de esas. Él mismo lo dijo. Él mismo lo dijo.
¡Ay! ¿Y eso qué fue? ¡Ay, me dieron por detrás! ¡Ay, no, espérate un momento! Me voy a ver ahora. ¡Ay! ¡Ay, qué mala suerte! ¡Ay! ¿Y yo dónde estoy? ¿Esto es el paraíso?
No, estás en Your Care Health Network.
Avanza con el pie derecho con Your Care Health Network.
Aquí no le cambiamos su suerte, pero resolvemos todos los problemas de su accidente.
Accidentado, recompensado.
Ay Dios, bueno. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Isidoro, say what's up. Bombón, say what's up. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is I'll Call You Back, True Blue, unedited with President Sir
Izzy Martinez
and Cachita Lopez here on Cachita Latina Radio. There's so much to talk about.
Oh, I got a few things.
There's so much to talk about.
I got a few things.
What do you want to start with?
Well, first of all, going back to the shooting involving the police officer that got shot, I hope he's doing well. The other thing is, yes, he was wearing a bulletproof vest, but the bulletproof vest does not cover your entire body. So I believe...
He got super lucky.
It caught him right under the vest.
But you know what?
A couple of inches and the vest would have, at least stopped the round.
The officer was still lucky. He didn't get shot in the neck. He didn't get shot in the face.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
And thank God he had the other guy in custody, because the other guy could have turned on him too, and that would have been tragic. That would have been tragic. But it goes to show you, a lot of people ask you, well, it was a female, it was an old lady, whatever. Listen, every time that I did a traffic stop, there was, and we used to say this all the time, there was no such thing as a routine traffic stop.
Yep.
No such thing. That does not exist. Every traffic stop, I don't care who's in the car, it has the potential of going bad. You don't know who you're stopping. You don't know if it's somebody that just killed somebody and is on the run, and here you go, you just stop this person.
Yep.
So every traffic stop, and remember, boys and girls out there, that the newbies that are in the police department, every single one is like if it was a felony traffic stop. Obviously not to that extent, but just keep that in mind, and that way you can stay safe out there. Miami Police Chief, ¿qué te parece? I got a good one. I got a lot of stuff.
Because I started researching that, and I saw that he wasn't even mentioned earlier with the other applicants that had been, that were being considered for the role. Now, Art, what's his last name?
Who?
The new chief. What's his last name?
I don't know. Acevedo or something like that.
Espérate, te voy a decir. Espérate, please hold. Please hold, because I me da tremenda.
And there he is.
There he is. But wait, there's more to him. There's more to him, because he's Cuban American, right? Let me get his name. Damn it, I want to get his name. Art Acevedo. Arturo Acevedo.
Sí, porque ahora se llama Art.
Ahora se llama Art.
Es igual que yo era Isidoro, ahora me llamo Izzy.
No, is.
Así me pusieron los americanos a mí en el departamento. Pero go ahead.
Okay, so he's been the Houston police chief for quite a while now. The Houston Police Department is a huge department,
yes,
with 5,400 police officers, an operating budget of $1 million, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I want to double check. It says here, Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo will become Miami's next police chief. City of Miami Mayor Francis Suarez formally announced on Monday. Suarez commented Acevedo as being one of the best police chiefs in the nation. He is currently leading the fourth largest department in the country. Acevedo said his first order of business will be building the trust with the community. He says, "We are living in a time in our nation's history where the American people are hurting," Acevedo said during Monday's news conference outside of City Hall. "And there's a lot of pain in this nation. Unless we take the time to feel that pain, process that pain, acknowledge that pain of communities of color that disproportionately are impacted by bad policing, we will never get beyond the summer of 2020. Acevedo said he's not about politics, but about service, and would advocate on behalf of any good cop, but would not accept mediocrity within the department. It says here, Acevedo, who was born in Cuba and was the first Hispanic person to lead the Houston Police Department, is expected to start his new role in 4 to 8 weeks. "We appreciate his service to Houston and wish him the best in Miami," Houston Police Officers Union Doug Griffith said in a statement earlier today. Acevedo served more than 4 years as Houston's Police Department's chief, leading more than 4,000 police officers and 1,000 in support staff. He says, "I can say leaving will be truly bittersweet. In an email to the department, we have been through so much as an extended family: Hurricane Harvey, 2 World Series, a Super Bowl Irma, the summer of protests, and most recently an ice storm of epic proportion. On top of all this, sadly, we have buried 6 of our fallen heroes. No matter the challenge, you have all risen to the occasion, and you have honored the sacrifices of our fallen comrades with resiliency and sustained excellence." Acevedo said he was not looking for this opportunity when it arose, But with the end of Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner's final term in office fast approaching, and my strong desire to continue serving people as a police officer, we decided the timing for this move was good. The Houston police chief, who was hired by Miami City manager Art Noriega, replaces Miami chief of police George Colina, who retired in February after being Miami's chief for 3 years. There's been a heck of a turnaround in police chiefs in the city of Miami in the last 20 years.
You think?
I mean, I need to get that full number. How many do you think it's been? Acevedo wasn't included in the list of candidates that the city sent in mid-February, which included 5 who work for the Miami Police Department: Armando Aguilar, Assistant Chief, Miami Police Department; Deshaun Buford, Chief Inspector, Philadelphia Police; Francisco Fernandez, Major of the Miami Police Department; Charisse Gauss, Assistant Chief, Miami Police Department; Jason Lando, Commander, Pittsburgh Bureau of Police; Manuel Morales, Assistant Chief of Miami Police Department; Ronald Lee Papier, Deputy Chief, Miami Police Department; and Raul Pintos, Deputy Chief, New York City Police Department. So it's interesting that he wasn't initially mentioned as one of the candidates. I've been reading on both sides of the story, and there's a lot of folks that say that this new police chief is a rhino. For those of you who don't know what a rhino is a Republican in name only. Because he is a Republican, but his actions during the 2020 protests were a bit controversial for a lot of the conservatives. This is the chief that supported his police officers, which I had no issue with. I was totally cool with that. In marching with protesters and leading this in a peaceful manner. I know que a ti te va a dar chango con conocimiento en cualquier momento. I know.
I'm almost ready.
So what's your opinion?
My opinion?
Yes.
He's a politician. You know why?
Why?
Because the first thing you do is when you become the chief of whatever department it is, okay, the first thing you do, okay, is not try to, how do you say this? Sing kumbaya with the community. You sing kumbaya with your own department, with your own people. You just don't. Then you can go ahead and go to the community and do your dog and pony show and say how you're going to fix all the problems in the black community, the Hispanic community, and all that stuff. The other kick in the teeth to a department like Miami, and even in Miami-Dade and so on and so forth, these big departments, bringing somebody from the outside sends a message that you have no one inside that department that is capable of running that department. That is a true joke. That is a true joke.
That's true.
If you don't think for 1 second it is a political move, I got news for you. It is a political move. Nothing against Acevedo. Don't know the guy. Never heard of the guy. Might be number one in the nation and whatever the hell he's the one in the nation. I was not part of Miami Police, but I was part of a police department in South Florida, and Miami-Dade and City of Miami and all the municipalities were all, we're all like brothers and sisters. But the bottom line, it bothers me when you got these departments hiring people from outside to come in and run your department. So it just, I don't know. I was talking to a couple of my friends today from the City of Miami, and it's a kick in the teeth. It really is. They should be ashamed. They got plenty of people, black, white, yellow, green, blue, whatever the hell color. They have enough people in there that you got to find one person that can run that department. But it's a political move. You watch what this guy's going to do. You keep track of this guy. You watch what he's going to do, because the first thing he did, he says, I'm going to sing Kumbaya with the community. That is exactly what he's going to do. You watch. He'll be in the ice cream truck, driving up and down, giving out ice creams. ¿No? ¿Tú vas a ver? Eso es lo que va a pasar.
Interesting.
¿Qué te parece?
Very, very
Político.
interesting.
Eso es un movimiento político. Y yo y los amigos míos de la ciudad de Miami estábamos hablando, hace semanas que venimos hablando de eso. Y yo le hice una pregunta a ellos. Como yo conozco las ratas, ¿tú me entiendes? Y las ratas son los políticos, no los policías. ¿Qué es lo que pasa? Que yo le dije a uno de ellos, ¿tú crees que van a traer a alguien de afuera? Y me dijo, absolutamente que no. Eso seguro que nunca va a pasar. Y hoy lo llamé y le dije, ¿qué te parece? Y dice, qué cosa más grande. Exacto. Porque cuando ellos no quieren saber en la ciudad de Miami, en Miami-Dade, en lo que sea, no es el departamento, hoy le tocó a Miami, mañana le toca a Miami-Dade. Pero, ¿qué es lo que pasa? Que ellos se mantienen eso en un secretico y no lo ponen allá afuera, no se ponen a anunciarlo y eso, para meter el palo. Y ahora metieron el palo. Tú me quieres decir a mí que la ciudad de Miami no tiene un salado policía que sea comandante, general, todos los rangos que tiene la policía ahora, que lo otro. Alguien adentro que se ha tenido que janear 30 años de policía, 25 años de policía, que tenga la habilidad de ser jefe de la policía de Miami.
No solo la habilidad,
tienen que ir a Dallas a buscar un cubano. ¿Qué cubano? Si ese tipo yo no he oído es Acevedo, con todo respeto. Yo al tipo ese ni lo conozco. Y será el mejor policía de la nación. A mí qué me importa. Yo quiero, si yo fuera político y más, tú sabes que yo no voy a ser político.
Tú debes hacerte alcalde y yo voy a ser tu sergeant at arms.
Ay, muchacho, si yo fuera alcalde me pasa igual que Sergio Pereira, que lo tenían siempre a la mirilla porque el tipo de verdad que, tú sabes que Sergio Pereira, los otros días estábamos hablando de él, y Sergio Pereira, lo último que era político. Era un tipo de esto, cubichón, que esto, la policía necesita esto, oye, vamos a conseguirle esto a los bomberos, a los basureros, vamos a ayudar. Eso, pero eso no es lo que conviene. Lo que conviene es cantar Kumbaya, cantar, ¿cómo es? O alguna cancioncita de esa con todas las comunidades, no solamente las negras, pero esa es la que a ellos les gusta más porque ellos se hacen los buenos hablando de la comunidad negra y ninguno le importa tres pitos la comunidad negra ni nada que se parezca. Ellos todos son iguales, están cortados todos por la misma tijera. ¿Qué tú crees? ¿Me expresé bien?
Ay, yo no esperaba menos de ti, Isidoro Martínez, que
no,
te puedo decir.
Pero es que yo soy así. Entonces, el político que me diga a mí, esto es incorrecto, eso no está correcto. Bueno, mira, aquí hay una silla, aquí hay una tercera silla, que la tenemos abierta desde agosto 17, para ver qué comisionado, qué alcalde, de cualquier lugar, no solo. Claro que vengan, vamos a hacer un debate. Y yo quiero que ellos me expliquen ciertas cosas a mí. Que tengan cuidado porque yo trabajé corrupción pública por 9 años y conozco bastante bien el sistema. En otras palabras, si yo me meto a político hoy, tú y yo nos hacemos millonarios.
¿Pero qué estamos esperando, Isidoro?
Exacto, estamos comiendo lo que pique el pollo, tenemos que hacer alcaldes y cosas
lo digo
esas.
claro, estamos comiendo mierda.
Millones de dólares. Si ya yo me sé el truquito. Ya el truco ese es viejo. Eso como mi papá tenía un dicho que decía, eso es más viejo que la cagada un pájaro. Y es así. Entonces si yo me hago político hoy, y tú te vas conmigo, nos hacemos millonarios. Cocoplón, aquí vengo.
Oye, no está malo eso.
¿Qué tú crees?
No está malo eso.
Es que algunos políticos de estos, cuando empezaron a trabajar ahí, andaban en carritos chiquitos y ahora andan en carros grandes.
Normal.
Y tienen casas chiquitas y ahora tienen casas grandes. Y tienen mucho dinero. Y mira, otra cosa que yo quiero hablar. You know, the other thing that I want to talk about is this.
111, 110.
Mi mujer no se levanta de la cama sin 2 cafés, hechos por mí, por supuesto. Le pregunté, ¿cuál es de la casa el mejor café? Y me dijo, sinceramente, Cachita. Pruébenlo. Y después me dice, salud, con Cachita.
Una flor en la ocasión especial puede hacer la diferencia.
Bueno, cuando las personas vienen a una floristería tienen múltiples opciones para una persona que está en un hospital, para una persona que ha fallecido, conquistar a una mujer, disculparnos.
Si usted se quiere disculpar porque metió la pata la semana pasada, venga aquí a Cerezo Flower. Ya sabes, 1721 Southwest, 32 Avenida, marca el teléfono 786-326-4412. Haz la diferencia con la persona que tú amas. Una flor.
¡Ay! ¿Y eso qué fue? ¡Ay, me dieron por detrás! ¡Ay, no, espérate un momento! ¡Me voy a ver ahora! ¡Ay! ¡Ay, qué mala suerte! ¡Ay! ¿Y yo dónde estoy? ¿Esto es el paraíso?
No, estás en Your Care Health Network.
Avanza con el pie derecho con Your Care Health Network.
Aquí no le cambiamos su suerte, pero resolvemos todos los problemas de su accidente.
Accidentado, recompensado.
Ay, Dayami, si yo te estaba buscando en mi vida. Me dijeron que tú eres la mejor para cotizarme un seguro para mi carro.
Claro que sí, aquí en Diamond Insurance te vamos a hacer una cotización que se ajuste a tu bolsillo y a tus necesidades de seguro.
Ay, en mi vida, y con lo caro que están los seguros en la Florida.
Han subido, pero un poquito, pero no te preocupes, nosotros aquí tenemos muchos años trabajando todo el estado con muchas compañías.
Ay, eso es lo que yo necesito. ¿Y qué tengo que hacer? ¿Cómo compro mi póliza?
Nada, con una simple llamada, un mensaje de texto, un email, cotizamos tu póliza completamente gratis y en minutos, porque somos la manera más fácil para asegurarte.
Dayami, aquí, entre tú y yo. ¿Tú sí me vas a contestar?
Claro que sí, nosotros siempre contestamos.
Ay, ¿verdad que un diamante es un diamante? Con Diamond Insurance me siento asegurado.
Segura que sí.
Hay ropa bonita aquí. Señor, me hace el favor.
Tony, ¿con qué?
¡Alejo!
¡Tú en una tienda de ropa de mujeres!
Bueno, porque estoy comprándole a una dama para hacerle un regalo.
Ay, qué casualidad. Yo también estoy tratando de comprarle a una dama para ver si me dice que sí, porque cuando hay ropa buena no hay que se resista a decirte que no.
Bueno, pues tú sabes que yo nunca me imaginé que aquí en el medio de default me iba a encontrar con Alejo.
No es default, es hollarse.
Hollarse está en default.
Usted me desfolca, pero es hollar. ¡Oh, ya sé! ¡En default!
¿En default?
¿De verdad que sí?
¿Hollarse?
En default.
Señorita, ¿usted me ayuda?
Te ayuda a lo que está más perdido. Hollarse. No hay más nada.
Ay, hablando como los locos, antes de empezar a hablar del border. Today, he visto un video que me ha dado una clase de vergüenza ajena. 3 oficiales de la seguridad del Estado, jovencitos cubanos, haciendo un tema de reggaetón de malísima calidad, malísima calidad respecto a la producción del tema, a la letra, a todo, video para qué hablar, apoyando patria o muerte. Apoyando a Fidel Castro and everything else. Y también salió una entrevista de Micha, que esto es uno de los artistas que, man, let me tell you, man, no podemos apoyar a estos artistas de doble moral. Cada vez, me alegro mucho que a Yurien Oviedo el otro día le cancelaron el show aquí en South Florida. Cada vez que se presente o traten de presentarse a esta gente hay que cerrar los shows.
No, pero que no se lo cierre, que no vaya nadie.
No, que le cancelen, porque la cosa es si hay un contrato firmado, al artista se le corresponde un dinero, vaya gente o no vaya gente, porque usted le está contratando al artista para hacer su presentación. That's a risk that you take as a business owner. Regardless if it sells out, if it doesn't.
Bueno, pero mira, no va nadie, el business owner pierde las nalgas en eso, entonces no tiene que pagar, le tiene que pagar al artista, el artista regresa allá a Guanabacoa, donde rayo sea, y entonces allá, tú sabes, sigue otra vez con la libreta bajo el brazo.
Hablando aquí entre nos, y Cabero, me perdonan la frase.
Ay, Dios mío.
El otro que me pingó hoy fue, yo soy sincera, en Micha, le están haciendo una entrevista. This is another Cubatón artist.
Dios perdónela.
No, papá Dios me hizo así, él sabe que yo soy así.
Ay, Dios.
Normal. En Micha, le están haciendo una entrevista. Tú sabes, cuáles son tus ídolos? Papá, le empiezan a hablar de la música, no sé qué cosa. Y dicen, en la política, ¿cuál es tu ídolo? Bueno, el único ídolo que tengo yo es Fidel Castro.
Así.
Pero así mismo,
Sí.
en the United States,
Está bien.
una entrevista que le hacen en the United States. Y yo digo, ¿quién coño le está pagando los conciertos? ¿Quién coño está apoyando a este tipo?
Sí, pero ahí es donde tú
Que se vaya a comerse un cable a Cuba, man.
No. Él sabe por dentro que aquí es el único lugar que él se puede expresar así. Porque en Cuba, por una latica de esa de soya, yo no sé de cosa de esa, que es una carnita esa de soya, y 2 huevos fritos ahora de avestruz tienen. Llegaron los avestruz. Caballero, si alguien sabe dónde están los avestruz que iban para Cuba, si se lo mandaron para Venezuela, por favor, déjenlo saber, porque iban a mandar avestruz para Cuba para que los cubanos pudieran comer avestruz y huevo de avestruz. Ven acá, cacho de imbécil. ¿Tú crees que eso también pero se lo siguen tragando? En Cuba no hay gallina. Pero no deja tener gallina, porque si tienes gallina te meten 10 años. Si tienes un puerco te meten 25. Entonces vas a tener un avestruz para poner la cosa más en candela. Oye, tú le pones ahí 10 avestruz.
It's absolutely impossible.
Can you imagine 100 ostriches that the Cuban government says they're going to bring into Cuba? They're going to bring hundreds of them or whatever for the egg and for this and for that. Are you kidding me? You're not going to have one left.
They don't have
They're going to kill them
food.
all and they're going to eat them.
They don't have food.
Bunch of morons.
They don't have food to feed their people.
Exactly.
Basic animals that are native to the island. There isn't food for them.
Claro.
But you're going to have food for an exotic animal. You're going to pay the cost of this exotic animal.
Right.
And the care of this, whatever. They're idiots.
How can, what have we become in... I don't care about any other country. I care about this country. This great nation that gave me the opportunity and my parents to grow and to be free and so on and so forth. And we're extremely grateful to the day that I die. But what have we become? Everybody believes the crap that they put in your face, and you go, oh, yes, did you hear that? And I'm looking at them going, it's not true. Who cares? It's just like for this. Do you care right now, listen to this, if our government has, let's say, 10 of the top terrorists in custody, and they are going through some torture treatment in order to save lives on our end, do you really care to know that?
I don't.
No, I don't give a damn.
I just want to save lives.
I don't care. Yeah. Just keep me safe. But do it, and you don't have to tell me. But no, that's we are the United States. We are better than that. Let me give you a little tip. When they get our soldiers and our operatives in other countries working, they cut their heads off. That's what they do. They kill them. They burn them. They cut their heads off. So a little waterboarding and a little this and a little that. I'm not going to get into details. It's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Just keep me safe. But the people say, I want to know about it. I need to know. What do you want to know? What is it that you want to know? That in Guantanamo we're doing this, or in some island we're doing that? It's none of my business. Let the government work and keep me safe. You know what I mean? But no. We've become that. Oh, we want to see. We want to. Let me tell you what's going to happen here now. You remember about a few years ago that they had cameras in every operation. Remember Operation Bin Laden?
Yeah.
Oh, I really didn't need to see that. Because the bottom line is that if it was a bloodbath, I applaud it. Good. Not on our end, on their end. They need to. They're the ones that need to go. But on my end, I don't need to see that. And then you see all the politicians sitting there watching the TV and going, oh my God, yeah, that's right. Those are men and women doing a job that you wouldn't even you wouldn't even know how to fill out the application to become a member. How's that? But they want to know. Who the hell cares? And it's just the same shit that's happening in the border. No, you can't come in here. If that's the case, listen, let's go to all these politicians' houses that have these big walls around it, and let's just let's rent vans, a lot of vans, and load them up with illegal aliens, and then arrive at their house and say, this is your new home, jump the fence, and you're in. You're in. That's it. I'm not going to mention politicians because they're going to say, oh, that's because you're a Republican. You're damn right I'm a Republican, and I voted for Trump. And if you don't like it, that's too damn bad. That's just me. I don't hide behind nothing. That is the truth. I'd rather get in trouble and tell you the truth than to say a lie and have to live with that crap for the rest of my life, bottom line. But no, let's rent trucks and buses and let's bus them over to the politicians and take them over to the politicians. ¿Qué tú crees? Le llevamos todos esos ilegales, los montamos, ilegales, los montamos en guagua y los llevamos a casa de todos los políticos y le decimos, mira, aquí tiene su casa nueva. Y cuando me diga, y cuando me diga, ¿y cómo brinco la pared? Le digo, no hay problema, como mismo brincas la cerca ahí de la frontera. Brinca la cerca de la señora Pelosi, de la señora de este y la señora del otro, y Schumer y toda esa gente. Brinca la cerca, que ahí no hay problema ninguno. Y pongo todos los canales de televisores con cámara ahí para que no lo puedan herir o matar a los ilegales. ¿Tú me entiendes? Dejando entrar a gente en tu casa que tú no sabes quién son, por favor.
Absolutely.
Es un paquete, todo esto es un paquete. Todo esto es un paquete y la gente se lo tragan. Esa es la parte la peor parte de todo esto es que la gente se lo traga y se lo dicen y la gente dice, sí, te enteraste, ay, están abusando de la gente en la frontera. ¿Qué frontera? ¿Qué tú estás hablando? Y en Guatemala, entre Guatemala y México y todas esas cosas, ahí no hay frontera. Ahí no hay crimen. Pero bueno, así estamos y bueno, ya esto no es, como le digo yo a los muchachos míos, ya esto es tuyo, ustedes lo hacen o lo deshacen, ya eso es problema de ustedes, no mío.
111, 110.
Mi mujer no se levanta de la cama sin 2 cafés, hechos por mí, por supuesto. Le pregunté, ¿cuál es de la casa el mejor café? Y me dijo, sinceramente, Cachita. Pruébenlo. Y después me dice, salud, con Cachita.
Este es mi Rolex. Y aquí en Grimán Joyería le subimos el precio a tu Rolex con un bisel de brillantes.
Aquí le estamos enseñando los 3 biseles diferentes, biseles de $7,000, $3,000 y $2,500 con la esfera de diamante que ya, cuando tú sumas todo eso más el reloj, estamos hablando ya casi $29,000. Por ejemplo, este mismo reloj puede costar ahora mismo, vamos a decir, $7,500. Si le ponemos un bisel como este que tenemos aquí en mis manos, estamos hablando ya de $11,500. Esto es un reloj 36 milímetros, si le ponemos este bisel ya estamos hablando 40 milímetros.
Wow. Grimán Joyería. Lo demás es bobería.
La Martelo aquí.
¡Ey!
¡Ay, qué sorpresa!
Y me sorprendiste tú a mí porque yo estaba buscando un regalo para ti, ya que me dijiste que te gustaban mucho las pipas.
Sí,
Adivina cuál te quiero regalar.
¿Cuál me quieres regalar?
El del pollito.
Oh, qué tierno.
Le quiero regalar el del pollito. Tío, porque se parece a él. Mírale el piquito.
Oh, qué chulo.
Como ese piquito que tienes ahí.
Señor, esta es la tienda donde compran los artistas, los deportistas y tú que eres VIP también. Fog Nation.
Con G. Fog.
Ahí está. Mira la careta esa. Uy.
Esas son para ahorita, para la cuarentena, para la pandemia. ¿Quieres una? ¿Quieres ponerte una?
Me vendría bien esa cara. Mira, ve, empezó
con
a
esa
tirarme.
cara le vendría bien una de esas. Él mismo lo dijo. Él mismo lo dijo.
Ay, Dayamisa, yo te estaba buscando en mi vida. Me dijeron que tú eres la mejor para cotizarme un seguro para mi carro.
Claro que sí, aquí en Diamond Insurance te vamos a hacer una cotización que se ajuste a tu bolsillo y a tus necesidades de seguro.
Ay, en mi vida, y con lo caro que están los seguros en la Florida.
Han subido, pero un poquito, pero no te preocupes, nosotros aquí tenemos muchos años trabajando todo el estado con muchas compañías.
Ay, eso es lo que yo necesito. ¿Y qué tengo que hacer? ¿Cómo compro mi póliza?
Nada, con una simple llamada, un mensaje de texto, un email, cotizamos tu póliza completamente gratis y en minutos, porque somos la manera más fácil para asegurarte.
Dayami, aquí, entre tú y yo. ¿Tú sí me vas a contestar?
Claro que sí, nosotros siempre contestamos.
Ay, ¿verdad que un diamante es un diamante? Con Diamond Insurance me siento asegurado.
Segura que sí.
Una flor en la ocasión especial puede hacer la diferencia.
Bueno, cuando las personas vienen a una floristería, tienen múltiples opciones para una persona que está en un hospital, para una persona que ha fallecido, conquistar a una mujer, disculparnos.
Si usted se quiere disculpar porque metió la pata la semana pasada, venga aquí a Cerezo Flower. Ya sabes, 1721 Southwest, 32 Avenida, marca el teléfono 786-326-4412. Haz la diferencia con la persona que tú amas. Una flor.
Anyways,
Ay, Isidoro.
what do we talk? What about that music producer that you sent me?
Give me 1 second.
Is it, what was he indicted for? Murder?
No. This one's for a weapons charge.
Oh, weapons charge, yeah. Well, the weapons charge was going to end up in murder.
A record producer who has worked with a slew of A-list rappers was arrested over the weekend in Aventura on a weapons charge.
Oh.
According to his arrest record, Joshua Howard Lulen, 32, also known as Southside and Sizzle, was pulled over Sunday afternoon while driving a black Mercedes-Benz SUV near Aventura Mall. Police said the vehicle had heavily tinted windshield, obstructing the officer from seeing inside the SUV. According to the report, Southside, who is also a rapper and songwriter, was pulled over to ask if he had any weapons inside the vehicle. Police said he admitted to having a gun on the floorboard near his feet. Another gun was found lying on the floorboard behind the passenger seat. Authorities said both guns were fully loaded with rounds in the chamber. Southside provided the officer with a concealed weapons permit card, but a record check showed that his concealed weapons permit was suspended for unknown reasons. Police said the producer's Florida driver's license had also been suspended since May 2019. He was ultimately arrested on charges of carrying a concealed firearm and driving with a suspended license. Southside is originally from the Southside region of Atlanta, currently lives in Doral. He was discovered by Waka Flocka Flame when he was 17 and worked with numerous Waka Flocka Flame. And worked with numerous big names in the music industry as Kanye West, Rick Ross, and Meek Mill. So,
Tú sabes que I even have a name for myself if I do the rap thing. You know, I've been thinking about it. You've been talking about it, de verdad. ¿Qué tú crees si yo me pongo como el nombre mío artístico de rapero? No, ¿de qué cosa era?
Rapeador.
De rapeador. Porque ese es un nombre nuevo, como el es como el trapeador, pero es rapeador. Yo me voy a hacer ya yo tengo el nombre.
No.
¿Qué tú crees? Mira, tú te imaginas yo llegar a un lugar de eso y coger un micrófono y decir, yo, what's up, Dizzy, Izzy, in the house. ¿Ya? No,
ya se jodió la cosa.
No, déjame decirte que se desmaya todo el mundo ahí.
No, yo soy la primera que digo, no, ya se acabó de tostar, ya
Pero si aquí cualquiera hace un disco y hace una canción y aquí el problema es que rime, ¿me entiendes? Tiene que ser policía y jayalía y cosas así. Tú sabes que todo rime por ir para allá.
Ajá. ¿Y cuál va a ser tu look? ¿Cuál va a ser tu look?
Eso no te lo puedo decir porque eso es un secreto.
Oh, my God.
Deja que tú veas eso. Dizzy Izzy in the house. Y a lo mejor le pongo una cosita final. Dizzy
No,
Izzy.
I can't. Mira, and talking about entertainment, something happened in Miami Beach this weekend. It's been intense. You see how many videos I sent you? The ones of the girls dancing on top of the car.
But listen, again, that's because they want to. They want to allow that. I really think the politicians want that.
Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gelber delivered his 2021 State of the City address Monday morning, during which he spoke about changing the culture of the city's nightlife sector after incidents this weekend led to almost 150 arrests. The entertainment district must go.
Why? Don't let it go.
I urge my colleagues to be bold and resist the urge to make only incremental changes. Gerber also said he is committing to a substantial increase in police officers, that he has asked Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava to add additional county officers in areas of high tourism. Our city of 92,000 sometimes attracts over 200,000 visitors and workers in a single day. Other initiatives to reduce crime include installing cameras in business corridors, creating a real-time crime center manned 24/7, and heightened code enforcement on businesses and people who flock South Beach. Gelber said the city's crime rate has actually decreased in recent years, but noted that parts of South Beach are unsafe at times, largely because crimes are committed by visitors on other visitors. It could be all-night drinking, he said, noting 145 places have 5 a.m. permits, and we don't need any of it. We can tone it down. This is horrible for small businesses.
What did I tell you last time? Didn't I tell you last time that they're going to blame all the people that come from other states and other places?
A wild Friday night on South Beach, the city reported nearly 120 people were arrested, including 42 of them for felonies. Multiple guns, drugs, and cash were confiscated by police. At one point, police used pepper balls to break up a scene. 2 officers were injured. They need more resources. Miami Beach resident Julia Berardi said, "At this point, I don't feel safe here, so, what can I do?" Police said the spring break crowds were calmer Saturday when 30 arrests were made. We're not looking for an anything-goes crowd. We're not looking for people who do break rules, and we're going to have a zero tolerance for it. And this address, Gerber also underlined how the past year during COVID-19 pandemic was so difficult for a city whose economy is tethered to hospitality. We're not just a community built for social distancing. That's why it's so hard for us, he said. He's also pointing out that Miami Beach was the first city in Florida to adopt a mask mandate. Gerber said, as of Monday morning, over 80% of the city's senior citizens have been vaccinated against COVID-19. He also said that the city got through the past year financially sound without raising taxes. This sucks.
No, no, but there's a solution. There's a solution. But they're not going to do it. I already told you the other day they're not going to do it. They're going to say, hey, we're going to saturate the area with cops. Okay, and then what? And then what? When they start doing what they do, there's only one way to do things. Get as many of them, toss them in jail. If they swing, you swing back. If they shoot, you shoot back. And that's it. That's the bottom line. But they don't want that. But see, that's interesting. They mentioned code enforcement. What the hell does code enforcement have to do with anything? They're gonna they're gonna go after the businesses. That's what they're gonna do with code enforcement, because code enforcement ain't gonna do crap with the crowds.
Oh, absolutely.
And let me give you another tip. Don't be so hypocrite. All right. First of all, you know very well that the ones that are causing most, not all, but most of those problems out there are the locals. They don't come from other states with guns and machine guns to Miami. They might, but the majority are locals. They're here. Every weekend is a free-for-all there on the beach because the locals get in their cars and they go down there and they do that. And how do you stop it? Well, you put as many cops as you can on the beach, and you say, do what you got to do and keep us safe. But you're not going to do that because you're a politician. You're going to say, oh, no, listen, 20 of them ended in the hospital. Not good. Kneecap, broken head, broken toes, broken hands. No, can't do that. That's not the way to do it. Okay? They're animals. Animals. Jumping up on top of a police car and dancing on top of the police car. 2021. Boy, am I glad I am retired. Retired for 2.5 years. Now I get to look at the other side and go, wow. Can you imagine me, Gil and I in the police department?
Oh my God, absolutely not.
Huh?
Absolutely
You
not.
give me, listen to me. You give me, let me pick 20 guys and girls. 20 guys and girls. Let me pick 20, only 20. Well, give me 25. Give me 25 boys and girls, and I get to pick. And you tell me, let's meet next Saturday. Let's meet over at the beach, okay? And you got to look the other way because you might be scared. You might need one of those. What do you call it? The safety pins.
I won't need to see.
No, they will. Okay. The politicians? Oh yeah.
Oh, they will.
Yeah. Pepto-Bismol, Alka-Seltz, anything you can get your hands on. You're gonna need it. And then eso es lo que pasa. Ahora no se puede ir a la playa. Si quieres ir a comer a la playa, no puedes ir a eso. Yep. Si te quieres ir a bañar a la playa, olvídate de eso. Yo prefiero ir al West Coast a la playa, que me tardo hora y media.
Claro.
Que zumbarme hora y media buscando parqueo, parqueando para ir allí, caminar 3 millas de la acera al agua, ¿ok? Y después de eso, tener que mandarme a correr porque se formó una bronca y tiraron tiros y eso. ¿Quién carajo quiere ir a la playa así? Nadie. Who the hell wants to go to the beach? Nobody. I don't want to go to the damn beach, and I have to carry 2 guns, 3 knives, and 3 grenades. Bullshit.
It's crazy, bro.
But again, everything is run by politicians. That's why. Oh, we're going to solve this problem. Good luck. Good luck. It's not going to happen.
There's another case that made the news out of L.A. It just blew my mind. Okay, there's so many crazy cases going on. I don't know if it's the fact that we have access to more news now than we did in previous years, but it just seems everyone's just getting more and more and more violent. A Hawthorne man was sentenced to 212 years in federal prison. Intentionally driving his ex-wife and two autistic sons off a wharf at the port of L.A. into the ocean, drowning the boys who were trapped in the car to collect on accidental death insurance policies he had taken out on their lives.
Unbelievable.
Ali Al-Messian, 45 years old, was sentenced by a U.S. district judge who, in imposing the maximum sentence allowed by law, noted Al-Samayan's evil and diabolical scheme, as well as vicious and callous nature of his crimes. He is the ultimate phony and a skillful liar. He is nothing more than a greedy and brutal killer. Walter said the only regret that the defendant has is that he got caught. The judge also ordered Al-Messian to pay $261,751 in restitution to the insurance companies that he defrauded. Al-Messian was convicted of 14 federal charges in October 2019, including 4 counts of mail fraud, 4 counts of wire fraud, 1 count of aggravated identity theft, 5 counts of money laundering. He conceived a cold-blooded plan to murder his autistic sons and their mother, then cash in on insurance policies. Prosecutors said that he intentionally drove his car off the San Pedro Wharf with his ex-wife and 2 severely autistic sons in the vehicle. This was back in 2015. The crash killed El Hassan, who was 13, and his other son, who was 8, who were strapped in car seats. Al-Messian escaped by swimming out of the open driver's side window. His partner, who did not know how to swim, survived when a nearby fisherman threw her a flotation device. Prior to the crash, he had taken out several insurance policies on his wife and kids. He began purchasing the insurance policies the same year he exited a Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceeding. The crash was just 12 days after the 2-year contestability period on the last of his insurance policies expired. He fraudulently obtained $260,000 from the accidental death and insurance policies of his 2 sons. He used part of the insurance proceeds to purchase a real estate agent in Egypt, as well as a boat. He lined up the car to one spot that wasn't blocked and hit the gas. The kids buckled inside. The plan was to kill them and make it look like an accident. He is a native of Egypt with no legal status in the United States. He had been planning the scheme for 2 years. During 2012 and 2013, he purchased 8 accidental death and life insurance policies for his ex-wife and children. The policies had been paid off on all of the family members. He would have received more than $6 million.
But what
he murdered his disabled children, attempted to murder his ex-wife for money. Prosecutors wrote in their sentencing, after years of physically and emotionally abusing his ex-wife and neglecting the children, he bought $3.4 million of insurance on their lives, waited for 2 years so the insurance companies would not contest his claims, and then drove them into the ocean, leaving them to drown.
And how many years he got?
212.
No, but he'll be out on good behavior like in 10 years.
What?
Why don't we put him in a car? Put him in a car. Let's get, it's like, we'll do like a little party. And then we get to drive the car into the water with his hands tied and all that stuff and just watch him drown.
How crazy is this,
man? You know what it is to drown your kids? It's bad, right? The worst, right? Can you imagine autistic kids that don't even know what's going on?
Pobrecito.
Like that lady that I know that drowned her kid. Pretty much walked him into the lake and just drowned him. And they were friends of the family.
Horrendous.
Can you imagine that?
Horrendous,
and she sits there and blames, 2 black guys came up with a knife and tried to kidnap you and all that stuff. Are you kidding me? The first day when I heard the first thing that the news came, I said, that's bullshit. She killed that kid. No doubt about it. Listen, if you have a child with disabilities and you don't want that child, there's hundreds of thousands of people on list that would love.
Waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting.
And I'm talking about kids with disabilities because there's people that have a soft heart for that. I'm one of them. How can you drown a kid, you know, and then on top of that, he's autistic. But I can't even talk about it because it just, you know, burns my blood just to think of this criminal doing that. Anyways, I think we have come to the end of the show. But tomorrow, there's more. Much more.
We're super excited to have our friends from 305 Fights here tomorrow. So we invite you to come on back, everybody.
Absolutely.
Every night, 10 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to us on Sirius XM or you can watch us on ENTV USA for free. So make sure you tune on in. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. This is I'll Call You Back, True Blue Unedited with President Sir,
Izzy Martinez,
and Cachita Lopez. Y el bombón de la radio, Maria Garcia. And we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, y'all.
Be back.